Welcome to another episode of Review Advent Calendar 2022, and this time around we're going to listen to a song that is really Christmassy, so this is actually season perfect. It is Lil Happy's, and I'm going to read the title because it is a mouthful. Little Real Happy, and this is a suggestion by Rinrin. So let's check this song and listen to it. Of course, do know that Lil Happy is a group part of the aoppella franchise, which is to say they are a group that perform exclusively in a cappella. First off, we have a really awesome kickoff to this song that starts with sound from right to your left, and then as the whole group is harmonizing with their different keys, basically almost everyone in this group is a tenor, with an exception to Tomoaki Maeno, that is actually a low baritone that is performing as a bass, and Tetsuya Kakihara, that is a low tenor and he actually is performing as a baritone in this song or with this group. But mainly the group is all about having tenors, and they have a really crystal clear sound. Lil Happy, within the lineups in the aoppella franchise, is the group that sounds the clearest, almost like crystal clear, because they have that unique twist to their sound. They are all about that crystal clear tenor sound, and they have it right here. Of course, when Tomoaki Maeno enters playing as the bass, he adds so much bounce to this song, performing the percussion to what is one of the best songs by Lil Happy. Tetsuya Kakihara bringing both vibrato as well as his trademark breathy type of singing. Right off the bat, top marks to Tetsuya Kakihara. Did you listen to how he added that head voice to the performance? He did so effortlessly. Could you say the same thing a couple of years ago? Nope. Tetsuya Kakihara has improved a whole lot as a singer, and not many people give him credit for the effort he has been putting into his singing. Right now he's a really good singer, and right up there with the best singers among male seiyuu, especially when it comes to riffing and adding head voice to his repertoire that already had a lot of falsetto in there, because his style of singing was all about falsetto. So high, that key. This relay with KENN and then Ryohei Kimura is a treat, because both are singers that have a really raspy edge, but they are sounding so smooth in this song and adding such a cozy vibe to this performance. And notice how raspy Ryota Osaka can be, although he's actually the lead tenor in this group. And how smooth Tomoaki Maeno can be when he leaves the spot as the bass performer for the group, and he takes the lead and adds his warm, robust bass cross baritone vocals in the mix. Of course, one thing that stands out in this song that I was not a big fan of, it's these parts in which you are the singers are actually adding some fan service in the middle of the song. I'm not that big of a fan, but other than that, the song is really massive. I'm not going to talk much during the song because it doesn't make any sense to talk on top of a song that is all about the voice. The instruments are the voice, really. So I'm going to leave those remarks mainly for the end, unless something really awesome happens midway through. Everybody, we are happy. 願うより起こすのが奇跡さ One, two, three カウント出したら始まるストーリー寒さにも負けない声を張れ One, two, three It's alright 乗り越えろそのくらいここから描くのは奇跡さ実は駆け出してゆけきっと待ってる君としかたどり着けない世界いつだってリルハッピー僕ら曇らせよ雪のように Notice how low Tomoaki Maeno is going as the rest of the group is really, really high. One, two, three, four, you. So simple and so good. It shows how awesome acapella can be and why not that many people actually give props to acapella singers when they should get all the props you can give them, because that's not easy to pull off a song like that. And for example, Tomoaki Maeno is non-stop performing that bass line. He only steps out of that to actually come to the microphone and sing his part, and then he's also or back again in that bass line. It is relentless. Without that, the song loses its heart, so that's extra tricky to not miss a beat and be always on tempo. Even if you have the sound of finger snaps in there, you need to have the tempo down really, really well. And of course, on the vocal end, it's really good to see, and I was quite critical about Lil Happy up until now, that they were kind of the happy-go-lucky group, and as I've said a couple of times before, I'm not really a big fan of happy-go-lucky music. I'm the type of person that prefers dark music or if we do not have dark music, I do prefer the alluring or mature type of performances more so than these type of performances. But the group has improved a whole lot and changed a little bit their direction. Of course, in this CD, in the aoppella franchise, all groups performed songs really made for Christmas. It was weird that this CD actually dropped or later in January 2022 or early February 2022. It was really off season when it dropped. It had music made for Christmas, but it was released 2 months after Christmas, so it was really weird. So right now we do have a time appropriate song, and really glad that this song actually got suggested. At least one song from the aoppella franchise was suggested for this feature. Little Real Happy, it's not a really easy song to pronounce. That's a lot of L's and R's. But it rolls really well in the context of the performance, and you can play around with it quite well. Of course, when it comes to performances individually, all members are really, really strong, and you see, at least more as of late, Tetsuya Kakihara taking the lead in Lil Happy songs. I don't know if this is deliberate and if there is any story reason that justifies that. I was under the impression that Ryota Osaka was the lead, and actually what we are getting right now is Tetsuya Kakihara as the lead of the group. Not that I'm complaining, I believe that Tetsuya Kakihara has the potential to lead the group and shine a whole lot, especially if he is not being asked to perform as a kid. If he is performing comfortably as himself, almost like he is performing as himself, he really delivers a really awesome set of performances. And as you can listen in Lil Happy and Little Real Happy, the name is quite difficult, is really shining and leading the way with things that you wouldn't normally expect from him. But now that he is so he has improved so much in the past couple of years, you can actually expect some things like that, or even other crazy things. So you do have lots of harmonies. Of course, all group is harmonizing at times. They are performing canons in others. They are really paying close attention to the performances that are happening around them, so that they can be always on beat and always in perfect harmony. At the same time, we do have a group that is mainly comprised of tenors, so it is quite tricky to actually have a contrasting voice in the middle of this group. You only notice the contrast when Tomoaki Maeno is actually performing. Otherwise, the whole group sounds in the same wavelength, at least. They do not have the same range within the tenor range. They do not have the same spectrum, but they sound quite similar, putting aside individual quirks. And many of the singers are putting aside some of their trademark individual quirks for this song, of course, and because they are performing as the characters. It is really good to listen to Ryohei Kimura actually shining in a way, because he is the type of singer that not many people pay attention to, but he's actually putting in a lot of effort in his performances. And as of late, for Lil Happy songs, he has been dazzling with high notes, harmonies, really doing an awesome job across the board, which was not necessarily expected, but he has been impressing everyone with that. At the same time, I feel like Ryota Osaka was misused in this song. He barely is there in the spotlight. Yet again, I'm saying that in this song it sounds like Tetsuya Kakihara is the lead, not necessarily Ryota Osaka, but he's also there in the background and helping the group sound complete and full throughout. So it's really awesome to listen to this song. I do enjoy a cappella music. I do enjoy the aoppella franchise as a whole. I feel like I really fell in love with it almost at the same time as I watched the first video that the franchise posted on YouTube. So I've been following the franchise quite closely, and I do appreciate a cappella music, and this exactly goes in line with what I had in mind when I created the hand that fits HQ. Just look at or pay attention to how those voices are. Seiyuu can be awesome singers. Seiyuu are awesome singers, and a cappella music is the best way to showcase that a seiyuu doesn't need songs or music to sound good. They naturally sound good. And a cappella music is the best way to showcase that and basically put the spotlight on seiyuu that you would usually not see in 2D music projects. Of course, there are some in the lineup that are in almost to every single 2D music project, but there are a lot of talents in this project that do not have the spotlight as much as other seiyuu, and they are showcasing that without music, they are really awesome singers and deserve your attention because they do know how to sing, they do know how to harmonize. They are doing something really, really difficult that it is to sing without music in the background. And they keep the beat, they keep the rhythm, they harmonize with each other, they are sounding really, really awesome throughout. So massive props to the aoppella franchise for actually putting the spotlight in the right thing, which is to say the voices of seiyuu. Most people nowadays are paying more attention to the looks when what brought us all together essentially was the voice to begin with. And it is good to go back to the roots and put the focus where it should be, which is to say the voice. And in there you have a lot of talent, and not necessarily when you have nice faces, or may not have that much talent on the vocal end. So this is a project that puts the focus in the right places and makes sure to also educate people towards what is a cappella music and how awesome it can be, and how you can actually have more sensibility when you listen to music and pay closer attention to details that you wouldn't usually pay. So this was my take on Lil Happy's Lil Real Happy. This is a song that was suggested by Rinrin, so thank you very much for suggesting this song, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next review in this feature.